All right, here we go. So our next task here is to consider reference angles. So when we're talking about reference angles, we're going to literally talk about, as I go around the unit circle, how far is something from the nearest x-axis. That's what we're referring to when we say reference angle. Is how far is an angle from its nearest x-axis. That's its reference point. Okay. You know how when someone's like, oh, where are you at? And you're like, oh, I'm near the McDonald's. Usually a lot of times when we're giving people reference to where we are, we have a type of place we all relate to. Like for me, it's always a food location. Like if I'm trying to tell you where I'm at, and my brain, for whatever reason, I'm going to try to find the nearest food place to tell you where I'm at. I don't know why. I don't know how to stop it, but it just happens. I'm going to figure it out. I'm by Burger King. I'm over by KFC, or I'm over here by this barbecue place I've never been inside of. Yeah, that's so helpful, but that's just how my brain references things. Okay. So when we look up here, the main thing is that by now we understand that our R equals the square root of x squared plus y squared. Are we all fairly confident in this concept here? Yes, we got that. Okay. So with that being said, our R will never equal 0 because your R is your distance from the center of the circle to the outside of the circle. And it's a distance. So it'll never be 0. It can be really tiny, but it'll never equal 0. Okay. Your R also will never be negative because it's distance. And you're just saying, how far am I away? Okay. So making sure that we have a full understanding, you're going to quickly write out what are the ratios that represent each one of these. Write them out quickly because you should be able to spit it out fairly quick. You should have written y over r, x over r, and then we have y over x. Mine is not an R. I thought I wrote one for real.
No, mine.
Oh, I was like, I thought I did. All right. So looking here, it tells us this side we're given our angle. So we're going to be given our theta, and our theta is 4 pi over 3, and we're going to graph it in standard position, which is already graphed for us. So this is 4 pi over 3. It goes, and we have theta equals 4 pi over 3. Okay, the radius is going to be 5. R equals 5. And it wants us to find its ordered pair of x and y. Oh man, what do I do now? Is there a handy dandy piece of paper that helps me figure this out? I wonder what it's called. Oh my gosh, you're so smart. Your unit circle. Maybe we should use that because I think 4 pi over 3 may be on it. Just may be on it. It is? That's crazy. Look at you being a little genius. All right. So because of that, we're going to identify the ordered pair here. Our ordered pair is going to come from, we're looking for what is the sine of 4 pi over 3. And you should be able to tell me that using your handy dandy paper. Uh-huh. I don't know. I don't know why. What did it do to you? What did the unit circle do to you? We don't know. All right, everyone, what is the sine at 4 pi over 3? Negative square root 3 over 2. What is the cosine at 4 pi over 3? Negative 1/2. These two go together like peanut butter and jelly. If I have one, I have to have the other, right? Oh, we're getting there. This is just the sine. We've just identified the sine. We haven't did anything with the radius yet, have we? So these are our sine and cosine with a radius of 1. You see? All right. So once we figure that out, find the coordinates of point P. So when you are here at this point, this is if your radius is 1. But our radius isn't 1. What is our radius? 5. So it's going to alter how we solve it. What I want you guys to do is I'm going to give you a moment to productively struggle. And I want you to think about how is 5 going to affect the sine and cosine at this given point. Or if it even does. And go. All right, so in this case, guys, all we're doing is multiplying because our radius multiplied by 5. So what is going to happen to these values? They're going to be multiplied by 5. So we're just multiplying u times 5 and u times 5. So therefore, the cosine and sine are cosine of 4 pi of 3 with a radius of 5 is going to be negative 5 halves. Do we see that? The sine of 4 pi over 3 with a radius of 5 is going to be negative 5 square root of 3 over 2. Square root of 3 over 2. So from this conclusion, we're going to make a statement. Therefore, when we're looking for our x is going to be our radius times our cosine of our theta, right? Our y is simply going to be our radius times the sine of our theta. And this is what we will apply every single time. Yay? Doable? Make sense? So if the radius is changing from 1, how did I change? What? It grew by a factor. And a factor means we are multiplying. Look at that math vocabulary. It's crazy how it all comes together. Yeah. All right, so here we go. We have cosine of theta equals negative 1/3. Find the sine value of theta. So we have cosine of theta equals negative 1/3. Can I find the sine? So a lot of times when we learn something new, you guys try to instantly apply it. Is that this case here? Is this new information or do we already know how to solve this? We already know how to solve this, okay? What we have to pay attention to is the fact that it's in quadrant 2. In quadrant 2, sine has to be what? Positive. We know that sine is going to be positive, okay? So keeping that in mind, cosine of theta equals negative 1/3, which means that we have our x over our r. Goes in your journal. I'm going to I put in the participation grade for it. Okay, you should be able to find my sine fairly quickly. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful rain. It means no worries. Yes. It should have your name on it, right? I put space for your name. Anytime I put a space for your name, that means I want you to give it to me. Just FYI for future reference. People have, they've asked me, so I've asked you. I respect that. All right, so on the last part here, this 7 is just a review, finding out if we have our x and our r, can we find our y? Yes. Once I have my y, can I state my sine? Yes. Okay. On number, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. On number 9, I'm sorry, not number 9, 8. So on 8, notice that it gave us a range. It says from 0 to 2 pi. Well, 0 to 2 pi is the entire circle. And so you're looking, though, for when cosine theta is 0. Where is cosine theta equal to 0? Well, cosine means what? What order pair? What coordinate? X. Cosine theta means you're looking for x, which you're looking for when x equals 0. On your unit circle, when does x equal 0? At what thetas? At what angles does it equal? 90 and 270. So we have theta equals 90 degrees, which is pi over 2. And we have theta equals 270 degrees, which is 3 pi over 2. I deliberately left 7 blank for you to practice because you should be able to do 7 without me. Okay? Anytime it's asking for zeros and ones, those are going to be on your quadrantals. Okay? Keeping that in mind. And then you should be able to do 9, a good practice problem for you to do. And I'll post the key for it. And then 10 is just another practice problem confirming that you can type things into a calculator. Got it? All right, that is it for 3A.3A and B. Yes, it's online. I'll post it.